But if you close your eyes,
hello awesome people, welcome back to Zoo Tycoon 2 and a series where we're going to build a world zoo, meaning that we're going to have species from all over the world, but we're going to be focusing on living animals. So no dinosaurs in this zoo, no extinct animals in this zoo. Last episode we did a reef aquarium over here, which is pretty cool. If we remove the top deck, we can actually see all the different tanks that we have in there. It's pretty cool. And I want to thank you guys for giving so much love and feedback on the first episode, which is very, very good for a first episode in a series. So thank you so much for that. Hopefully this series is going to be a blast for you guys. So today, what we're going to do, we're going to build a big exhibit. I already did some pre-work over here before I started recording. Today we're going to do a pre-exhibit, a pretty big exhibit. And if you don't want to hear me, talking about it and explaining what we're going to do, you can just click through the video towards the speed build, which is like in the middle of the video. And of course, after the speed build, I will come back to give a small tour and to tell something if I need to tell something. But basically what we're going to do today is we're going to build in this area, and we're going to build a pretty big exhibit, and the animal we're going to build this exhibit for is going to be a swamp animal, like I said, and it's going to be a large carnivore. It's going to be the Cuban, well, if I can bring him a bit, yeah, the Cuban crocodile. Now this is a species that is, as you can see here by the red thing, the translation for what now pops up is critical, so he is critically endangered, and this is true in real life too. So this is a modded animal, that's why no name tag pops up here. But I think it looks very, very cool. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this exhibit, and we're going to use 3 zones basically in the exhibit. And we're going to also have 3 different viewing areas for these different zones. So what we're going to have over here, this is going to be a lower level part, because this is going to be water. This is going to be deep water. So people can actually, like the tanks, we're going to have a glass see-through wall here. And people can actually look into the water, so they can see the crocodiles, and we're going to probably put some fishes into, they can see them swim in the deep water. Now we also have a sort of a shallow water, so we have the deep water over here, it becomes more shallow, and then we have a land bit over here. So this will be shallow and land. Now, to look into the shallow water, we don't need it. We don't need really a lowered glass wall or whatever. We can look in it from this this build-up viewing area. So I built this up just by using elevated paths, and from here the people can actually look down into the shallow water, which is going to be like over here somewhere, and the land that's going to be over here. Now we still have this part over here. With this little entrance area. Now this entrance area is basically the area where the staff enters. I used an invisible path and just painted it with mud basically to get the staff in here. And this is going to be the inside area. So we're going to have an outside area with water, with land, and we're going to have an inside area for the crocodiles to live in. And we're going to have a small little viewing area over here with glass walls, so they can actually look into the inside of the exhibit. But this is basically the sort of a relaxation zone for the crocodiles. And this is also the place where the staff comes in to help them. So this is going to be walled and roofed, and this is all going to be outside. Basically, that's what I wanted to tell you guys. Hope you will like the speed build and enjoy. welcome back. This is the build, the finished build. Well, it's not entirely finished because, as you see, we have these areas over here, which for now, what we can do, I can actually do this with you guys together, so you actually have some building ideas. So we should make this a little bit bigger. We just make this into dirt right now. This area is going to be this is gonna have like a little dirt in here, so we can actually have some plants in here, so that we you know, have something that sort of helps the scenery, helps the idea of being actually in the swamp. So these are I'm gonna do this off camera probably. But we're gonna add in some more trees and plants over here to really add that feeling that you are walking down in the swamp, where you can actually have the viewing areas over here to look out over the actual animals over here, and of course the viewing area over here, which the little swampy areas over here. This is the edge of the zoo. You can't go further than this wall, than these walls. So basically, you know, this can be an entire swamp area without anything interfering. We probably sort of zone this off at some point and put in something nice as an entrance, like a lot of trees and flowers and maybe something like that, or maybe something like a toilet and a restaurant maybe. That's actually not a bad idea. I might do that. This is still a path, but it's an invisible path, just like the one we had for the zookeeper behind the building. Now we have to zoom in to render these flowers, but you know, this is a little area, and why I did an extra area is because I don't want people to stand up to the glass. Now, this is, in real life, this happens a lot, that you have sort of an extra sort of fencing in front of this area. I did put in the glass fence, as you can see, so that people can actually look through it and don't have to worry about, if we go into here, that you miss stuff. So you have this sort of glass fence over here. That's a bit wonky, but yeah, and you can still look into the to the aquarium. Now, one thing I forgot, and I see that I always forget this, and I always see it when I go into guest mode and go and look for it, is I forget to put in a light in the water. So the light normally is built, and you can actually build it underneath a stone, so nobody will see it. That's my preferred way of doing it. But the light normally is for shows. Can we actually get out of this? No. Okay. Well, let's move over here and get into guest mode. So the light normally is for shows. What are you doing? Okay. But you see, it brightens up the aquarium, and the animals don't mind it. The animals don't mind if there's a light there. I also put, like you can see, some fishes in. These are all fishes that are modded in and don't need any care. Yeah, well, they need some care, but they do not need food or anything. So they can be in here just to have fun. And by my knowledge, the crocodiles won't eat them. They will play around with them. They will chase the fish, but they don't feed on the fish. Maybe they will if they don't have sufficient other food. I don't know. Well, I've never had a crocodile do that before, so. Yeah, I think that's okay. So that's the sort of this area over here. Of course, we're gonna have some more plants over here. So as you walk along this stone wall, I really like to have the borders of the thing to be what's this? Oh, we probably need also to place some donation boxes and things like that. So you can actually from here you can actually look into the water, into the shallow water. You can't really see a lot, but you know it's swampy, so. You're not supposed to be seeing a lot in the water, and then you can actually go here and look at them on land. You can jump around if you want, and then you can and then you can come down again. It's a bit laggy, and then of course you can go over here, and here is where the crocodiles are right now. Now let's take a look at them. Ah, majestic animals. I really love building crocodile exhibits in this game. Because it's so mixed. You have so many things that you can do. So yeah, let's get into the actual exhibit here as we can. So let's take a look at you. So okay, I got a prompt that I could wash him. Oh, he's eating the pig. Let's make him a new pig right away. but they look majestic. And the guy who actually modded these animals, he did a very good job. I mean, they're in game. Their movement, their AI is pretty good. And the thing is, they look very, very cool. They look very, very lifelike, which is cool. But yeah, so we have all those things. We have some crocs going outside right now, which is very cool. I put in 3 crocs, 2 females and 1 male. Hopefully they will mate during the playthrough of this zoo. But basically, this is what we sort of did. This is what I wanted to do. Have the three little zones. And for next episode, if you want, by the way, if you want animals to be in the zoo, please leave a comment or go to the Discord and leave a comment there. By stating which animals you want to see. But remember, it needs to be an animal that is not extinct, and well, it can be from any part of the world. So, but yeah, back to these rocks, because a lot of people who play Zoo Tycoon don't use this. They just use normal fencing, which is cool. But I like to do this. And if you do this, the trick is to put a border beneath it. So if you have like the fencing area over here, you have, let's search for them. I think they're somewhere around here. Yeah, these little things. These are the things that I use to draw my exhibits. So for instance, you have drawn this, and you can just put rocks around them, because these will actually act as a barrier for animals and for visitors. So the AI won't, unless there's a gap like here, but the AI won't go over these. They will see this as a real barrier. Now, the thing is, if you place a rock, or if you just place a border like that, it's not going to be very realistic. It's not going to be looking very cool. But if you place rocks over it, that's going to make it look very cool. This really looks like it's now surrounded by rocks, and that's the exhibit. It really adds to the scenery of the entire exhibit. And the outside exhibit is rocks only on the actual borders, if you can see. And we have this little thing over here. This is sort of built into the rocks. This little ramp where people can watch the animals. And then of course we have the inside, which is basically just a wooden structure. And I like doing this little inlets for people to look at. So off camera, I'm gonna add some more bins and benches and donation boxes and everything. And I will show you guys in the next episode what we've done. But I hope you guys like this build. I hope you guys still enjoy the series. Again, if you want to see a certain animal, make sure to go to the Discord to leave a comment there, or to leave a comment underneath the video. And if you liked the video, then please leave a like to help the channel out. As always, I've been Hipbone, you've been yourself. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for watching.